Hi, everybody. This is Lola Larsey. Yes, we are here on a Monday. We are awake enough. But you know what? It's Monday. And what do we need Monday nights? We need beer. So we are going to have beer. That's what we're starting off with, right, Linda?
We are totally starting off beer because it's Monday. Freaking Mondays, Monday.
It's freaking crazy. It was started off crazy. I turned my alarm off instead of actually hitting snooze, but I got up. My eyes popped open right at 6:30, which was pushing it, but I was okay. I had to run a little bit to the bus stop, but luckily this time I didn't fall like I did last time I tried to run to the bus stop.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so I was okay this time, got the bus and everything, but man, it's just been a day. Tomorrow's going to be a day. Wednesday's going to be a day. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They're all going to be days, every single one of them. So I'm getting my beer on early. But before I talk about my beer, I'm going to be a good hostess and ask you about your beer.
Well, I decided to attempt to go, because we're doing British entertainment today, I decided to try to go with something British, but the Britishest I could find was a brown ale.
Oh, that works.
So this is Lost Coast from Eureka, California. This is their raspberry brown, and I'm gonna have to pour this off the camera. Well, no, it's just too heavy for me to pour on camera.
Yeah, it's just too much beer. Too much.
So much beer.
No such thing. So much beer.
So much beer.
Hopefully it's better than that bottle of beer I had Saturday.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I'm still pissed. Oh, that's beautiful. It's got a raspberry.
Very clear. It is a very clear. Well, I don't know if you can tell the clarity.
I can tell. It looks very sharp.
Nice head.
And I see the amber tints from the raspberry.
And like from way back here, I can smell the raspberry.
Oh, how nice.
Lost Coast is actually pretty impressive, both because of their beer and because of the artwork. Because it's a little cartoonish, but it's not. It's like a nice artistic cartoonish kind of.
Okay, well, should we look it up so we can screen share?
Sure.
You know what? I already got it up.
Oh, really? Here.
Well,
I will white box you.
Well, I say that, and then I hit images, and it's literally Coast. All right, let's try that again. Lost Coast Brewing. There we go. All right. So, oh, yeah. All right, let me get to where I can screen share. I'm going to screen share. Where? I kind of lost it. We'll do my whole screen, which is very confusing, I know. There's my Twitter. No. All right, there we go. Can you see it?
Yep.
That is cool.
It is.
I've seen this before. I think I've seen this beer right here. I may have actually had it. I recognize this.
Indigo IPA, yeah. And the tangerine is my favorite.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna try to find the Great White sometime.
Nice.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that little sharp.
Oh, it reminds me of a good graffiti artist.
Yes. Keith Haring, remember him?
Yes.
Back in the 80s, it reminds me of him. That is excellent. Somebody likes Picasso.
Yeah.
It's cool. So tell me what you think. Huh?
Now this is actually a pretty good brown ale in and of itself, even if it didn't have the raspberry in it. Raspberry. Nice. Let's see. It's got the nutty, grainy type of backbone with raspberry hints. It's kind of like a raspberry mousse. It's got ribbons of raspberry.
Like little pockets of raspberry.
Yeah, like little pockets of raspberry. It's not, it's not overwhelming raspberry.
It's not like, raspberry juice on top of beer. It's not like that.
It's like you take the first step and you're going, oh, brown. There's raspberry, but brown. Good.
Oh, that sounds awesome. Sounds like they did an excellent job.
I give this probably a 3.25 out of 5.
All right, that's respectable.
It's not, it's not, I'm going to raise the roof, but it's definitely better than average.
That's good. So it serves its purpose. It makes you happy.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. I wouldn't say no to that.
How about you? What do you have today?
Well, I've already had this one. It's not my favorite, but it was what I had in my refrigerator because it's more of like an everyday beer. So it's not, and so this was what I was just going to drink tonight, It's called Petrus. It's actually from Belgium. So I got the continental thing going on. So it's not really English, but it's across the channel.
See, and they've got the weird size going on, 11.2 ounces.
Yeah, it is kind of weird. It's almost like a mini bomber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the ABV on that?
7.3%.
Oh, that's respectable for pale ale.
Yeah. So in that sense, it's not an everyday beer, but taste-wise, it's not my favorite because it is pale.
Yeah.
And pale beers are like when I don't really care about taste. That's kind of me, It's like I just want to drink something. So no offense to Petrus, it's just the type of beer isn't my favorite. But this particular one has been aging for a year because I don't know if you can see, but I've got a little sticker that says purchase 616.
Oh yeah. So what's the complete name on that again?
Aged Pale. Petrus, I think, is their brewery.
Petrus.
And the name?
Okay, Aged Pale.
Yeah, they just call it Aged Pale. It came in a pack with different kinds. And this is one of the ones I liked better. And it's supposed to be sour, too. It says sour scale 5 out of 5, which pale ales I don't think of as being sour. But they must have done something to it.
Well, if they added some lacto or they added some other type of souring, then yeah, it'd be perfect for aging.
Yeah, I guess they must have done that, and it was already aged to begin with. Apparently, it doesn't say like how long or what it was aged in, but it was apparently aged in something. So, and I took it to a next level. I aged it for another year because I just wanted to see what it would be like. So it's actually been a while since I've had this because like I said, I got a multi-pack, and I remember I had it when I first bought the multi-pack, so that was probably a year ago. So
I think I remember you opening the pack.
Yeah, because I remember I was like, I never had this. This is interesting.
So then kind of a mystery. Ooh,
kind of a mystery.
Is Lola still going to like the Petrus?
Well, let's see. I like the name because it sounds like Tetris.
Yeah,
so
I like it.
I feel like I should be playing a game. I want to play Tetris. Let's play Tetris. Hopefully this pours better than my beer from Saturday.
Well, it already opened better.
Yeah, so far it hasn't spouted. Very yellow, very pale, which is what it said it was. Almost golden now. Looks like a lager. I guess that's just because of the golden.
The head
color.
looks really white. Is that just the camera, or is that?
It's really white, and it's really full too. I wonder if that's because of some of the yeast in it, making it more effervescent than than we're used to.
Possible.
But yeah, it is very yellow. It's sort of see-through, but sort of not. It's like both. It's see-through, but opaque at the same time. I see lots of little tiny bubbles coming up. I mean, probably 1,000 little tiny bubbles coming up.
So champagne-like. Maybe they tossed a little champagne yeast in there. I don't know.
Thinking they must have done something because it's looking like the champagne of beers. That's what it's looking like.
How about the aroma?
Sour. I definitely get sour. Tart sour. Very tart. Yeah, almost like a tangerine type sour.
It's making my tongue shrivel up just thinking about it.
I know. Very tart. It smells good. I like it. It smells clean.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it smells nice. It's got very good head. The head's still going, and it, laces really nicely. That is tart. Oh, it has a weird aftertaste, though.
Banana?
Yeah, a little bit of banana.
Okay, so it's probably a little bit of Belgian yeast in there, along with lacto or sour. Mm-hmm. They may have started with a Belgian yeast.
Maybe. It's definitely got some on the back end.
You look really surprised.
It's like it's sticking on my tongue. It's like you taste tart at first, and you're like, okay, it's going to be like a Jolly Rancher type sour ale. I can deal with that. That's good. And then this blanket of something hits my whole mouth, like the top of my mouth, the tongue, everything. It's like somebody took a blanket and just poured it over. I'm like, what is that?
Maybe that's because of the extra time you let it sit.
It may have been, because I don't remember getting this when I had it before. I think I remember this. I think it's just been marinating or whatever, and it's maybe thickened or gotten darker or something, because it's very unsour. Whatever this aftertaste is, it's very unsour.
I'm thinking maybe some of that original yeast came back and kind of let loose some of the original flavors on top of the sour. Is it unenjoyable? Or you look a little confused, Lola. You look like you can't really decide whether it's good or bad, or
it's very effervescent. Whatever is hitting my tongue on the back end, it's very soury. Like it's very like they got some kind of wild yeast going on here, and it's like settling, almost like I'm kind of worried that it might come to life. I think it has intelligence. I think it's actually meaning to settle on my tongue, and it's going to claim me like the protomolecule claimed to be.
The Expanse.
Yes, it's like the Expanse. It's like protomolecules. I think it's alive. Because like when it hits my tongue, it's like a blanket, but then these little feelers come out. Like effervescent, bubbly feelers, like going all over my mouth, and I'm like, what are you doing in my mouth?
And now I'm getting story ideas about an intelligent beer yeast.
I hope it gives you great ideas, because this is not making me happy. It's weird. I need more of the sour taste. This is like, I don't know if it's from aging it. I don't know, but.
Do you want to go get something else?
Well, the funny thing is, I had my reserve beer. I had a second beer that I started drinking, Fat Tire, which is a Fat Wild Ale.
Oh, Fat Tire and Friends. Oh
yeah,
my God. Man, I haven't found that yet.
It's a collaboration. This has been aging too. This is from June 16, the same time I bought the other one.
Oh, really? Oh, see, I just heard about that like a month ago.
Well, this may be the batch from a year ago. Then they may have a new batch out. So this is my, side beer, because you always gotta have a side piece, right? This is my side beer. I might try to drink this. It's just I'm gonna keep giving these looks. It's like when Bayer drank those sodas. It's like, it's just.
Well, I was actually giving those looks earlier too when we were watching our show.
Oh yes, let's talk about Happy Valley.
Not so
happy Valley. It was very depressing.
Getting unhappier by the minute.
I know that poor girl, and the actress who played the police officer who died. I know her from something. I'm gonna look it up because I know her, and she's so cute, and I feel so bad.
So in this one, the girl is being moved. They have her in a van. She's being moved, and it's the young guy that's supposed to be driving the van, and he's all beat up.
Yeah.
And Catherine still has no clue, like no clue what's going on.
Nope.
And so on top on top of Catherine having to deal with her sister, who's a recovering drug addict, her grandson who wants to meet his grandfather, the grandfather, which now wants to get back with Catherine. He picked a hell of a time.
I know. What a loser.
All of a sudden, I don't know what her name is. Catherine has just finished telling off the young girl.
Yeah, the little I keep saying little, but the police officer who got killed.
Yeah, in the show notes you'll notice that I call her Young'un.
That's good. She is a young'un. She's just fresh out of the academy. She's so cute.
So Catherine just finishes telling the young'un, this is not kindergarten. You need to go out there and act like police officer. So she does.
Yep.
And she stops this van that the kidnapped girl is in. And we have another moment of, oh my God, this is it. She could be saved.
Yep.
Because she makes the guy get out of the van because she stops the van because the guy is going too fast and he has a brake light out. And he makes the guy get out of the van, go in the back and says, see the light? And he's like, yeah, and I'll get it fixed. And she's like, are you okay? Because he looks all beat up, but he's acting funny.
He's nervous.
He's nervous.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you hear this banging. She asks, what the hell is that? And he says, a dog. A dog. It's just a dog, but the banging is not a dog. You can tell it's not a dog.
Yeah.
And here's where the young'un starts acting like a police officer.
And she did. She was very brave.
She was very brave, but very stupid because she did not give the license plate before she left her vehicle.
That's right.
It's standard operating procedure for almost any police officer. Make sure you let everybody know what car you're stopping, when you're stopping it, no matter what. She should have made them write it down on a piece of paper.
She should have, yeah.
So she goes back, she says, I want to see inside the back of this van.
Yeah.
Open this van right now. And she didn't realize that the guy's buddy, blonde-haired jerk face.
Tommy Royce.
Tommy
Yep.
blonde hair, mafia wannabe asshole.
Sicko.
Pulls up in back, sees she's going to see inside the back of the van, and hits reverse, and just slams her right into the. And I felt sick. Slams her right in the back of the van. She has enough life left in her to grab her radio and say, I think they've killed me.
That's so heartbreaking. She knows she's dying. I think they just killed me.
And you know what? That wasn't the end of the torture. No, she doesn't just die. Tommy runs her over like 8 freaking times. And you can hear it. You can hear it. It's great. Oh my God, stop.
Jesus
stop.
Christ. I know. I mean, she's so small. It's like, you don't have to run her over that many times. You know what? Don't do it at all, obviously. Don't do it at all.
Run her over? I thought he was going to get out. He might confront her. He might cut her throat or something. I didn't think he was going to ram her with the car. And
sick mofo. Sick. The two, the only one of that whole bunch that shows any humanity is the beat up driver. He is the only one.
But he's still doing it.
Yeah, he's still part of it. I mean, he's still guilty.
He's still guilty. And now he's in it to win it or lose it.
Right.
Either he gets paid and he goes away forever, or he's going to jail.
Yep. I think they all should go to jail.
Now, here's a question. This was filmed in this actually came out in 2015.
Yeah.
But what year are they supposed to be in? Do you know? Because they're all carrying Nokia phones, not smartphones.
Well, it is rural England.
And there's CCTV, but there's no cameras in the car.
Mhm.
in the police car?
I don't know. I mean, I assumed it was modern time, like now. Che may be able to tell us more. I mean, when I think of rural England, I don't think of, cutting edge. They may be still on their Nokia phones. I don't know.
Pretty sad.
We might could tell by the cars if we pay more attention to the types of cars. We might could look up the types of cars and see.
The cars look fairly modern. They definitely don't look 70s or anything. They don't look 70s or 80s, maybe 90s. The van was kind of an 80s, 90s kind of van.
Okay.
Definitely wasn't modern. It wasn't modern like the modern vans we're seeing with the sloped front.
Yeah.
And, the super tall and it's like boxy. It's a boxy van.
Yeah, very boxy.
I was confused because I didn't know, if they're putting it in a different year than we're used to, or whether they're just rural and they don't have that technology yet.
And see, I don't know. I mean, I really just assumed it was just rural. That maybe I'm not giving them enough credit. That's always possible.
Oh, Che says it's same as over here.
Huh.
So maybe the Nokia is just more reliable over there in that area.
I think they may be more prone to use Nokia because it's probably cheaper over there because it was cost prohibitive over here. I mean, a phone would be like $600 or $700 here.
Yeah.
But over there, it might be cheaper.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to look up Nokia brands and see if we see anything like what they have.
Yeah.
And I looked on IMDb. I feel so silly. Do you want to know where we know the young actress from?
Doctor Who?
Well, maybe, but I'm thinking of something we watched together recently.
The Expanse?
Nope.
Okay, I'm lost.
Something we covered on this show.
Really?
Yeah. I put her IMDb in our own little search.
And this is the girl. This is the kidnapped girl, right?
No. The young the police woman.
Oh, the police. Oh, the policewoman. Oh. Sophie Rundle.
Mm-hmm. You'll feel as silly as I did when you see what we know her from.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Bletchley Circle.
Yep. We just watched that.
She's
Lucy.
I think it's because she had her hair so different.
Yeah, it was a lot freer in Bletchley Circle.
Yeah, she acted differently. So different makeup, different hair.
Yeah, I mean, with the police uniform, you see her face barely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mainly, you see, her hat. Poor girl. And Che gave us a link to Nokia 150 on Pay Monthly. So these Nokias are a lot nicer than the ones that we remember from the 90s, though. This looks more like a smartphone. But it's still,
Vodafone.
I've seen those here. I've seen that here. This actually kind of looks like a really pretty BlackBerry. Because it's still got the numbers, which I hate, like the push buttons. But it's got
I hated the push buttons so much.
My mother still has those. I hate having to go click, click, click for the letter I want. Oh, click, click for the number I want. Click,
yeah, click. The Nokia that Catherine has is pretty fat and silver.
Yeah.
It has a small screen but lots of buttons.
Okay. So that may have been like from maybe the early 2000s. Because I remember even mid 2000, like 2006, I still had a flip phone. And I remember it was the first time I ever had a phone that had access to the internet, but the screen was like the size of a postage stamp.
Yeah.
And I remember to get to the internet, it was still a push button phone, and I had to like go down, up, internet, and type in the address and all this stuff, and I gave up. I was like, oh, this is stupid. So that was, just 10 years ago.
Yeah. So after the youngin gets run over,
Yeah.
God, my heart.
I know. I felt so horrible.
Obviously, we start seeing Catherine have some serious problems. This is definitely PTSD.
Right.
Okay, but I don't understand why the movies always associate PTSD with a ringing noise.
I think maybe because some people get it, I think, from the gun, maybe from a gun.
That high-pitched ringing sound to indicate a panic attack. Okay, that's... I don't know. I don't know who came up with that. It's super industry-wide.
Yeah.
The hallucinations, though.
Was that her daughter that she saw? She saw, like, her dead daughter, I think.
I think she's seeing her daughter. I think so.
Yeah, that's horrible.
I think it is. It's so creepy. This is where I start getting so creepy because
I don't know.
I could totally see the kidnapping happening in today's society.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That is so realistic. It's like, it makes me go, I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
I know. It's like, if you have children, you're like, oh, make sure you call,
Now, the rest of it, I mean, the whole money thing, I'm not sure about that. But boy, oh boy, do I have it in for Kevin.
I hate Kevin.
I hate Kevin so much now. I hate Kevin more than Tommy.
At least Tommy's honest. Yeah. Tommy is a criminal. He doesn't try to be anything else. Kevin is a little slime ball that I just want to put underneath my shoe. Except for I don't want to smudge up my house.
He had the chance in the beginning to stop it. And he didn't. It wasn't greed. It was just simple, just stupid. Instead of just saying, look, I started this. I made a mistake. It's going to go wrong. I know it. He walked away. He walked away from stopping it altogether.
He could have. He was in the precinct. He could have said everything.
And Tommy the slime ball now has this girl under his control. They're moving her. And not only does he have her under his control, he has the young guy under his thumb. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's unbelievable.
I know. And there's...
Oh, sorry. Catherine actually did go into the house where she was being kept. Did you see that part?
Yeah, she did. And she saw everything.
She broke in and lied about it afterwards to get the police in there.
Well, now, did she get the police in there? Because I saw
she told her boss. She told her boss there was a reported break-in at this address, so I went in.
Oh, I didn't catch that. Okay.
She lied and said, I went in there and I saw blood and I saw, a lady's knickers. So you need to get CSI in there and, see if we can figure out what happened.
Okay, I missed that because I remember she was on the phone with her sister and she said, I don't know if something happened, but, I can't, what can I do because no crime has been committed and I broke in and I'm a police officer. That's illegal. So I heard that.
Yeah. I was thinking to myself, lady, just lie.
Just say probable cause. That's all cops usually do anyway. Say, I heard something moving. That's all you have to do. And I mean, obviously something I think a crime had been committed. I mean, if you see blood on the floor and items to restrain someone from a chair, that seems like enough to me to say there was a crime there.
Yeah. Yeah. And somebody's, underwear on the floor.
I would say so,
and
especially with
it's Tommy's place. It's Tommy's place. And I'm not sure this happened in 3 or 4. She actually did confront Tommy.
That was 4.
Oh, okay.
In 3,
I'm
she
going too far.
Yeah. So yeah, she has not confronted him yet, although you can tell it's coming. I thought she was going to go off, huh?
I don't think she's quite pegged it yet, though.
She knows something's going on. She knows that Kevin had something he wanted to tell her. And she doesn't understand that it's related to the woman who was supposed to meet her at her house. Because remember, the woman stood her up, the wife?
Yeah.
So I don't think she realizes it's related to that yet. She doesn't. She's just putting together that somebody was captured. But she has no idea.
Do you think that Tommy's going to peg the fact that they're going to figure out it was his type of car?
Well, maybe.
Because I mean, paint and chips from the license plate, they're going to know what kind of car it is. And when she finds out that it's Tommy's the type of car that Tommy owns,
she'll go ballistic. Are you talking about with the young police officer being killed?
Yeah, because
I would think.
I mean, oh my God, he did so much damage to the car and to her, and it's impossible not to have evidence all over the place from that car.
They should have the tire tracks so they can get the make of car probably from that.
Okay, now that's the funny thing. Now, with him running her over so many times, you'd think her head should have been a pulp.
I know.
She should have been like flat, but she wasn't.
I think that was Hollywood, or rather, England's Hollywood.
England's Hollywood.
Yeah, it's England's Hollywood.
Graphic.
And I don't blame them. I don't want them to be graphic either. So yeah, I think they just made it simple.
But there was blood. But there weren't tire tracks through the blood.
And see, everything I know I got from CSI.
Oh.
So on CSI, there would have been bruises in the shape of the tire tracks. So
yeah, exactly.
I don't know how true that is. But I could see tire tracks making an impression. I know I make an impression just when I fall asleep on my purse, which I did at lunch today. So
I mean, Tommy might be stupid enough not to wash the bottom of the car.
He might be. Yeah. Or just careless enough.
Of course, if he was really smart, he'd get rid of the car.
That would make the most sense.
Like burn the car.
Or put it in a lake or something.
Yeah, that would make sense. But I don't think he's that smart. I think he's so greedy. He's so greedy he wants to keep everything.
I think he lives in the moment. I don't think he makes smart choices, which is good for us, good for the people who want him to be punished. So I definitely think these people are amateur, obviously, because it's already gone so south.
Now I know this was in the third episode. Okay. Kevin hadn't realized that Tommy killed that young police officer.
Yeah.
And when Kevin brought the money to the $50,000 that the dad had paid, I was like, oh wow, he got the money. Yeah. When Kevin brought Tommy the money, Tommy told him, and it seemed like Tommy was doing it, or not Tommy, the
beat up guy.
The beat up guy was doing it out of spite.
Because he was angry.
To try to make him feel super bad,
Because the beat up guy, he didn't want to kill anybody. I think he really still thinks this was a kidnap job. I really think
he thought it was a simple kidnap, and she'd probably be home in 12 hours.
Yeah, everybody this
is going on far longer than he anticipated.
Of course, I would tell him, well, when you deal with criminals, usually things aren't always advertised the way they're going to turn out. But I do feel a little bit bad for him because he thought he was getting into something simple.
Yes.
And this has gone way beyond what he's prepared for. So I do feel a little bit bad for him, but at the same time, I'm like, well, you laid in bed with criminals. That's what happens.
Yeah, he's gonna get the raw end of the stick too. He's gonna get it just as bad as Tommy's getting it, because the girl's been abused. She has been abused. Now, whether she's been sexually abused, I'm not sure.
I think, didn't they insinuate? I know that I think Tommy or one of the guys wanted to do it, and I don't remember if they insinuated that he did do it.
Tommy, I believe, tried to get the younger guy to do it.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And the younger guy was like, "Whoa, you're out of your effing mind." And that's when Tommy went ballistic and beat the hell out of him. You'll do what I tell you to do, even if it involves, ruining her.
Yeah. Tommy's like, I'm in control.
Yeah.
I think if they get caught, I think the beat up guy is going to roll over first. And they might cut him a deal to sell out the other people. I mean, he'll still go to jail, but I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a slightly less sentence because he'll probably be more forthright.
I think the young guy is going to roll over. If any more bad things happen, I think he's going to cut and run. I think he's going to run right to the police and go, look, this is everything. Take me in. This is everything I know. She's here, and I'm hoping that Tommy gets shot in the end. That'd be just kill him. Don't put him in jail.
Mauled by a tiger.
Mauled by a tiger in the middle of England.
That's what I want for him. A slow mauling.
Look, dear, that man's getting mauled by a tiger. Oh, don't worry. He's a rapist. He deserves it.
He deserves it. I wish I could do their accent. I can't. They say "were" all the time. I were going. I'm like, that's not where that word goes. I've noticed that with other the English shows where they're sort of north in the rural lands. They do that "were." I were going to the pub.
Well, I don't know the accents, and there are so many different accents. There are just as many accents throughout England than that there are in the United States, between our southern, our western New York, Brooklyn, northern Indiana,
Midwest, yeah.
And even our Native American English accents are, pretty distinct.
Yeah.
And there are tons of accents that I only know the aristocratic, Oh, look, he's getting oi. And there's another thing. Catherine, at the very beginning of the episode, Catherine, wait, or was that number 2? She breaks the window of the van. That was number 2, wasn't it? Episode 2.
I don't remember.
She breaks the window of the van. She's running after the van going, oi! Like that's going to do any good.
Yeah.
That was episode 2. I'm sorry. I'm going back. Look at this. I'm so confused.
That's okay. I get confused too, especially, since it's been a while since we've done the first 2 episodes. And I've already watched all of these, so I'm starting to get a little confused with what I watched originally.
Yeah, the show notes for this episode contain a lot of swearing because of the young police officer, and you just want the kidnapped girl to be freed so much. And you're like, oh my god, she stopped the van. This is fantastic. She's going to the back of the van. This is fantastic. Girl, kick the sides of the van. Kick the side. Make some noise. And she starts kicking the sides of the van. You're going, yes, they're going to free her.
Yes, she's okay.
Wait, no. Watch out behind you. Watch out. Oh.
And I wanted the girl to run. I'm like, police girl, run. Get out of the way. Call for backup.
Because what's his face got out of the way. And I don't think Tommy would have cared if he'd hit the young guy either.
Probably not. Tommy cares about Tommy.
Yeah.
They all do. I put a link in our little show notes. If you want to be startled, watch a video of Patrick Stewart speaking in his native Yorkshire dialect. I did the video link for it, so you should be able to see some of them. It's so different. It's like, what?
Oh, yeah.
Totally crazy. I'm like, Patrick Stewart, do you kiss your Shakespeare book with that mouth?
I know.
I want to see him do Shakespeare with that. I will make some pudding.
Yeah, I'll put in the show notes too.
I know, it's so weird to hear. It's so like off-putting, not in a bad way. I think it's a lovely accent. It's just jarring. We'll put it that way. It's just jarring when you're used to his Professor Xavier accent. You know, very proper,
very proper.
very received English. I am Sir Patrick Stewart.
But these are, I mean, I can from. Oh my goodness, what were the books? All Creatures Great and Small. You know, the vet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What's his name again? All Creatures Great and Small.
I remember that.
James Herriot. James
Yeah.
Herriot books, yes.
Yeah.
James Herriot goes around, Yorkshire. He's talking to
Okay.
the Yorkshire farmers, and you can hear the sound of that accent in your head.
Right.
No, the pig just needs a beer. Get a pail of beer. The pig will have some, and we'll have some.
Exactly. It's like, what?
We're like, get your fucking hands off it.
I'm sorry. What happened?
Yeah, James Herriot writes about writes about himself going around these Yorkshire farmers, and that's the way you can hear the Yorkshire farmers in your head talking.
I love it. I love it so much. And I guess I don't know if it's like because it's further north, maybe it sounds a little more Gaelic. I don't really know. I don't know why it's so markedly different than other English accents. Che probably knows. Oh, and good news! I googled Yorkshire. Escaped Yorkshire prisoner Donna Willis recaptured 6 hours ago. So
Excellent.
good on you, Yorkshire. So it's a good day in Yorkshire.
That's right.
Oh,
Nobody else out there tipping your sheep today.
Yeah, exactly. So she's squared away. She's back where she belongs.
Oh, and Shay says Yorkshire was very Viking.
I could see that with, especially, blonde hair. We see a lot of blonde hair in this show. Huh?
And I have no idea how to say Iaplas.
I have no idea.
Iaplas.
I found the Wikipedia link on the Yorkshire accent. That's really fascinating. So it's Northern English varieties in the historic county of Yorkshire. Tyke. Oh, it has roots in Old English and Old Norse, the Viking, like Che was saying.
Yeah.
Okay. So that explains why it's so different than what we hear otherwise.
Yorkshire is generally not as stigmatized as other dialects. Oh, it's been used in Wuthering Heights and The Secret Garden. Oh, interesting.
Okay. I didn't know that. And according to the map, it is very far north, and it's on the east side of England. So it's along the coast and then inland. It makes it seem like it's really a huge swath of the upper northernmost part of England.
So, I mean, I wonder if that has some seamanship in it too.
Well, if the Vikings came over, then I'm guessing they must have landed there, and that's probably where that comes from.
Yeah, it might.
That's so cool. And like if this were Game of Thrones, that might be those islands, like where what's his name?
It starts with a B.
Yeah. It's been so long. The island where the guy who lost his manhood is from.
Yes.
I can't remember his name.
I almost want to say BR something.
I can't believe I can't remember. Let's look at Game of Thrones houses. We are in a monkey hole. Iron Isles. Thank you, Che.
The Iron Isles. Okay.
So we were very far off. But yeah, that's what I was thinking. Iron Isles. Maybe that's like the equivalent of that. I could see that because the Iron Islands, they were very seafaring and haughty people.
Yes.
They were not layabouts.
Oh, the Targaryens came from the Iron Islands, right?
No, Targaryens. They had an island. Dany was born on an island. I can't remember the name of the island.
Oh, the Iron Islands are ruled from Pike by House Greyjoy.
Yeah, Theon Greyjoy. There it goes.
Theon Greyjoy. There we go.
Yeah,
that's where the R came from.
Yeah, so that may be like their version of the Pike and Iron Islands. I don't know.
Well, a Yorkshire farmer has to be so tough. It's unbelievable.
I can imagine.
Unbelievable. I mean, the environmental swings that classically go through the Yorkshire area are incredibly difficult to deal with.
Mm-hmm. I can imagine. And this says it's so large that, like, on the west side, it's more like a Manchester dialect. So I guess.
Okay.
So the west side of the county is probably way different than the seaside.
Yeah.
So you got to wonder. I mean, there are probably a lot of different, types of accents and cultures there.
Yep.
I just love it. I think that's so cool. I think in a past life I was Henry Higgins from My Fair Lady. He could recognize any accent.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
For a second, I thought you were going to say Henry Higgins from Ramona and Beezus.
You know what? I used to read those books. I loved those books. I always read those books. I loved those books. Oh, I hadn't thought of those books in years. I miss those like scholastic type books.
Yeah, they're so simple and innocent.
And you know what? I would be so happy because I'd read one of the books and I'm like, I finished my book. Yay. Yep. And,
the librarian would pat you on the back and go, hey, yay. That's great. You did it.
I got a trophy in 8th grade for the most books read over the summer.
I won't tell you about all my trophies because all my trophies for reading couldn't fit.
Wow.
I'm still a voracious reader.
Good.
Still. And I've branched out. I've branched out from reading to listening to audiobooks. So, I'll listen to audiobooks too now. It's fantastic. But this would not make a good audiobook. This would be, no, please do not turn Happy Valley into an audiobook.
No. Well, maybe if they have their accent, I'll just listen to their accent. And everyone will be really stressed out and I don't know what's happening. I paid the $50,000 and I still don't have her back, but she's our daughter.
Yeah, his wife, he better, that girl's dad had better get it together because his wife is like, they're just a hint close to taking matters into her own hand.
I think she's going to
get it done or I'm going to take control.
And it got me wondering because she said, why don't you want to go to the police?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a reason he doesn't want to go to the police?
Because he was told not to.
No, but beyond that, because she said, why don't you want to go to the police? Like maybe he's hiding something.
Maybe where he got the money. I don't know. We still haven't seen him actually go into a bank and ask for the money. So we don't know where the money came from.
We don't know. And they made the point in the first episode that he can't just go into the bank and get $1 million.
Yeah.
He can't do it. He's probably had to borrow. Who knows what he's had to do to get this money?
Oh, just wait until he finds out it was Kevin.
Just wait until furious.
I'm going to be so happy. I'm going to be so happy to watch Kevin get beat on by the police, by him, his wife, Catherine, everybody involved. He's just gonna walk down the street and everybody gets a bite.
Everyone's gonna kick him and he's gonna be down, and maybe he'll feel what that little police officer felt when she got run over. Maybe he'll feel it a little bit.
Oh, that'd be nice, because he is on my hit list.
And you know what? I wanted to punch him most when he went in to give the guy the money, and the guy handed him his 5,000 pounds, and I thought, you know what? The only good thing the man could do right now, Kevin could do, is refuse the money. Stop taking the blood money. Nope, he took the blood money.
He took it.
He took the blood money. They already don't know what they're going to do with the money. And his wife is in this now as much as Kevin. She is just as guilty at this point.
Yep.
She's exacerbating it. She's planning with them. So at this point, she may as well have been in it from the beginning.
And now I do have to say that I'm trying to find oh, there we go. And it's Steve Pemberton that plays Kevin. I've
seen him in a lot of things. I like him. He always plays sniveling assholes, though.
Oh, really? Well,
he's got a type.
He was in Whitechapel, Psycho.
I like Whitechapel.
Yeah. Agatha Christie's Marple. Oh, he was in Doctor Who. He was Strackman Lux in 2008.
Oh, okay.
And he does such a good job of being the sniveling jerk.
He does.
The acting is fantastic. Seriously good. You just want to kill the character itself.
I know. He is such a little wuss asshole. I just hate him so much, but he plays the part well.
I wouldn't mind talking to him, one-on-one, because it is such a brilliant acting job, making me hate this character so much.
Yes. Definitely. He does it so well because, you see like the look of horror when he finds out that the police officer was killed, just the look of terror and like, what have I got myself into? But then he turns around.
Yeah. He won't do anything about it, will he?
Nope. He will not do anything about it. And he's going to keep going on because he's spineless. Oh, and you know what? I'm on IMDb. I'm looking up the other guy, the other bad guy who is the one who offered Kevin tea when Kevin gave him the money. Remember him?
Yes.
I knew he looked familiar, so I looked up his name in IMDb. He was in the Black Mirror episode, Hated in the Nation. It's the one with the police officer in the future.
Yes. Wow.
Yep. So that's where I know him from. I knew he looked familiar.
Fabulous.
Yep. He played Nick Shelton. I love it because when you watch British shows as much as we do, it's like, I know them. And then you go on IMDb and you're like, well, he's been in like 20 things I've seen. Duh.
Yep.
Yeah.
All these actors and actresses are doing a fantastic job so far, and I want to watch more. As horrifying as this show is, as depressing as this show is,
I know.
I have to find out now. Is this girl ever going to make it out alive? Is she going to die somewhere? And that would be heartbreaking. Oh man, I'd have a broken heart if after all of this, she never really got a chance to act.
I know, we haven't really seen her except for her to go, let me out. We haven't really, Can
I go home now?
I know. It's like, are you my mommy? No, he's not your mommy.
Can I go? When can I go home? Soon.
If you don't shut up, never. I know. I would like to see more from her. Her role is just basically to be the damsel in distress. But
well, she's pretty tearful and terrorized, and I'm feeling for her. So
I'm feeling for it. Oh, I'd be terrified too. I wouldn't even be able to say those words. I would just be like, ah! I would just be screaming all the time.
And, now I have that thought that the young guy put in my head. How's she going to go to the bathroom? And every single time I see her, I keep thinking, man, does she have to pee?
She must have to do it in her chair.
I mean, how are they keeping how are they allowing her to go they took her underwear off. Did they give her a new pair of underwear? Does she still have no underwear on? Does she just, go in a bucket? I don't know. That's horrible.
What they're doing. It is
horrible.
I mean, I get upset if I sneeze and a little bit comes out.
Yeah.
I'm at that age. Yeah, it's like I sneeze. Oh, damn it! Where's my Depends? Right there, but yeah.
I know it's coming, right? Like it's coming. Just like.
It's like, oh, these are clean underwear. Oh, I don't have any other underwear. No, damn it.
You feel for this girl.
Yeah, I do. I can't imagine what she's going through. This is miserable, and she's terrified. She doesn't know what's going to happen, and we don't either, because these are sociopaths, and they actually enjoy insinuating that they're going to kill her. They've insinuated several times.
Yes. Tommy wouldn't care. Tommy would offer in an instant if he had his money and he could be able to walk away. He'd walk away from everything.
Right.
He'd walk away. He'd let the young guy hang. He'd let Kevin hang. He'd let everybody else hang as long as he could walk away scot-free.
That might be his plan. He may not want to stick around there. So his plan may be to bail and leave them hanging.
Oh my goodness.
I know. He is such a mofo.
Yep.
And it's really worse because he's also Grantchester. So it's like, oh, he's a sweet pastor from Grantchester. You asshole. Stupid Tommy Lee Royce, we hate you. I'm gonna throw something at your blonde head. You suck.
It's great when you can have characters you can hate.
I know. And, I mean, you're supposed to hate him. There is no on the fence with Tommy Lee Royce.
No, absolutely not. He might be suave and smooth, but no, he's not quite the wimpy slime ball that Kevin is.
Right.
But he is a slime ball.
He is. He is an SOB, out for himself and no one else.
I still hate Kevin more. I still hate Kevin more.
I hate Kevin because he's simpering and he tries to be the good person. Well, not even that he tries to be the good person. He tries to give the appearance of the good person. I think I feel bad because people trust him. His boss trusts him.
I hate him because he started all of this.
He did. He
started it all.
Because he was jealous, petty, because he didn't get the money he thought he deserved. That's what it's always about. It always starts with someone who thinks they deserve more.
Yep.
You know what? People don't give you money, Kevin. That's not how it works. And then after all that, actually the guy was going to give him the money. It's like, oh, if he had just waited.
Yep.
What an asshole. Also, his kids can go to some posh school. You know what? The rest of the kids went to Yorkshire Elementary. Your freaking kids can go to Yorkshire Elementary too. And they'll say I were, and they'll drop their H's, and it will be good. It will be fine because that's what everyone else does.
Well, I don't know. I don't know when we're going to see this girl go anywhere. Do we have I don't even know how long in this season that we can go without seeing some kind of hope of rescue. And this girl keep us hanging over and over and over.
Well, if I remember...
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, if I remember correctly, aren't these short seasons? I'm looking. There's the cast. Where's the episodes? Yeah, it's only 6 episodes for the first season. So I don't think they're going to leave us hanging too long. They better not. They better not leave us hanging for the next series.
Oh yeah, you're right. 6 episodes, and then series 2.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to do it the British way.
Series,
yeah.
Series instead of season. Like us Western boogers.
I know. They say series, which sometimes I'll say series, but sometimes I say season because I don't want to confuse those poor American folks, because we get confused very easily.
5, yeah, and there are only 6. There looks like there's only 6 episodes in series 2.
Yeah. So they do really short seasons, even shorter than some other British shows.
Well, I sure hope this girl gets found, because there's still so much of Catherine's life that we need to learn about.
Right.
I want to see because her grandson is awfully angry right now.
He hates her. He blames her.
He blames her for his lack of involvement in his grandfather's life. So we need to learn about that. We need to learn if Catherine is even tempted by her ex-husband's offer to start seeing him again. Personally, I'd smack him with back of my hand and dude, we're all done. There is no us. Yes, there is no us. Just keep saying there is no us.
Just stop.
Just walk away from it.
Well, and my reason is he turned his back on his grandson. He's never met his grandson. And that's my reasoning. I don't want her to go back to him, because what kind of person blames a child for the way he was conceived?
That's right. Says, Catherine said, what was it? Ryan came in between us.
Right. He
how
refused.
How can you think like that?
Right. He's an innocent soul. He's their blood, their deceased daughter's son. How can the grandfather think like that? It's not Ryan's fault that his father raped his mother. He doesn't know that, and he shouldn't know that. Not until he's old enough to.
Not until he's old enough to understand. Yes.
Right.
But all he knows right now is there's somebody he wants in his life, and he wants it really bad, and he doesn't understand why it's not happening. So he has to blame somebody. So he's blaming his grandma.
Right. And his grandma, she is not going to tell him the truth, which is correct. She's not going to say your grandfather doesn't want to have anything to do with you. So the grandmother has to take the hit, at least for the time being.
And she has panic attacks. So it's really hard for her to deal with everything. But notice, she didn't yell at him.
No.
He was being such a little, he was being so difficult. And she just kept telling him, look, I told him he's thinking it over. I told him what you said, and even when he yells at, even when he says, I hate you, this is all your fault, I hate you, and he walks away, and he keeps coming back saying, I hate you, and walks away. She never yells at him. She just says, oh, that's the way life is.
I think that's one of the things I like about her. She's very practical and pragmatic. And she knows he's just a child, and he's having a temper tantrum, and she's not going to have a temper tantrum to match it. And I like that. That's probably what makes her a good sergeant, too. Because think about who she has to deal with on a daily basis, like the heavier man who was fighting them and saying, see what's happening? It's the police, the government, they've been watching me. So she has to deal with that every day. So I guess she has a steely reserve.
Yeah, she didn't lose her temper with him.
No.
She didn't lose her temper until the two jerks across the street started, another one bites the dust.
I know.
Mm-hmm. And then I was pretty conflicted when she walked over and she shoves him in the car where the camera can't see him.
Yep.
Grabs him by the ding.
Yep.
And basically intimidates and scares the crap out of him.
Until he starts crying.
I was like, I know it was probably a good idea, but police brutality. But I mean,
but he deserved it. He's a jerk.
He kind of needed to learn a lesson, I
know. It's like I'm conflicted too. I mean, that was police brutality, but she's scaring him straight, basically. She's saying,
but she laid hands on him, so
yeah, she did it in the wrong manner.
I can't count that as a good thing.
Right.
But it's something that made us feel good because she was able to do something.
I know. And she was pushed. I mean, clearly she is not in her right mind right now. And she actually could do something more dangerous. So really, she probably shouldn't be working at all right now.
I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid with her panic attacks or hallucinations. I'm kind of afraid that either she'll do something she's sorry for, or B, she won't do something she needs to do because of an attack.
Right. Yeah. Something will happen and she won't be able to respond because she freezes up or something. I'm more worried that she's going to attack someone and it won't be, as under the radar as what she did to that young man. I'm afraid that she'll see Tommy Lee Royce and she will go ballistic on him and he'll end up in the hospital or dead.
I think that's actually very likely.
I think so too.
But being that there is a second season, either it won't happen until next season or she'll get through it and nobody will blame her.
It could be. I could see it happening to where her life is threatened because he's such a son of a bitch, or the girl's life is threatened. So it may turn out to be self-defense, but she'll just feel good doing it.
Yeah,
which might be kind of satisfying. I could deal with that.
It'd be satisfying to us, the viewers. I mean, we all want to see some stuff on TV that we would never be able to see in real life.
We would never want to see in real life.
And in all honesty, the writers are doing a fantastic job of actually satisfying a few of those urges while keeping us, up on top of that sharp little pin going, ow, 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 you're hurting us. We want to watch more.
Right. It's like we're right at the edge of what's legal. Yeah.
Kudos to the writers.
They are. And they still make her likable. We're terrified of her, terrified she's going to go off on somebody, but she's still immensely likable.
Yes. I still want to give her a hug.
I do too. And like her sister said, she would do anything for anyone, and I believe that.
Yeah. She's still telling her fellow officers, be respectful and empathetic of these people who are calling, because even though we feel like everything is minuscule compared to what we have been through, their problems are big as life to them.
Yeah, this is a big deal for them calling the cops. So we cannot diminish their experience because we just lost a coworker. We can't. Yeah. And I love that she said that because it was such a great thing to say. She said it so well and so calmly. And this is more painful for her than a lot of people because she feels this guilt on top of it.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for her.
Yeah.
And Well, let's wrap up. I think we've pretty much beat the heck out of this episode.
I can't wait to watch 4.
I can't either. 4. I know. Well, we'll talk about what we're going to do next. We'll probably have a political show next, do you think?
Well, a beer and a political show, but we'll have to decide what we want to do for the we got lots of ideas. I put lots of ideas into the doc. And of course we always accept recommendations from our viewers. If you want to hear us talk about something, please ask us.
Let us know. You can find us. All right. Beery Good Entertainment. We have a YouTube. What else?
We also have an email, beerygoodentertainment@gmail.com. Feel free to email us anytime you like.
And what is the new thing we have? Should we talk about the new thing? What I do when I get really upset?
Oh, we do. Yeah, we're actually looking into actually putting the show on Twitch.
Yeah. AKA my resting face. Resting Twitch face.
The nose. I love the nose. You could have been Sabrina in another life.
I could. I just need the magic. I want the magic on top of it.
Yeah.
Everybody be gone. And everyone's gone. Well, okay, so and where can we find you, Miss Sorceress Zero?
You can find me anywhere that you can type in sorceresszero.com. You can find me on Gmail, on Google Plus, on Facebook, on Twitter. If you just type Sorceress Zero into Google, you'll probably find me.
Cool. And I am Lola Larisy. Larisy is spelled Lariscy. You can find me on Twitter, Google Plus, Facebook. I have a website, lolalarisy.com, and I'm just about everywhere. Just send for me with your mind, and I will appear.
Yay!
All right. Well, thank you for watching episode 22
Yes.
of Very Good Entertainment, and we will see you next time.
Bye.